So it's midnight, right? You elves and your kind of 4-hour rest period means that we are now at midnight at the beginning of the 4th day. Your goats are rested yet confused, I would say. I make it. You're down to about 160 hours, and you have traveled something approaching, I think you've traveled about 97 miles. And so by your judgments, you should be 68 miles, you think, if everything has been charted accurately. So you set off. The stars are in the sky. This calms you. This is your area, Wilkie. This is your area. And I think you set off, and it's not long. It's possibly only 30, 40 minutes, I'd say, before you start noticing there's a bit of a sludge, a bit of the tread becomes harder, and your first step into the marsh, which is where you are now, takes you a little bit unaware, and your boots slide deeper into the ground, and soft mud laps at your heels. The scent of the fetid undergrowth, whose decay feeds this expanse of life stripped to its most primal form, hangs heavy in the air. And the squelch and slap of soft ground, although more difficult to traverse, offers reassurance. You are going the right way. To get to Dragonclaw Mountain Cave, your way lies across the river, and the marsh indicates to you that the river lies ahead. The river itself, you'll cross that bridge when you get to it. The first thing to establish then is your travelling speed. Are you travelling at a fast pace, normal, or are you slowing down?
How much further would we anticipate the river is, based on our current understanding?
So, well, I'd probably ask Wilkie to make me a nature check for that one, because you would, I think, know about marsh and river. And if the ground feels a bit marshier...
do I have any inspiration left over from last week? Or
Sure.
You get it all the time, man.
You get it.
13.
I think Cole got it 3 times last
13.
week.
Well, maybe up your game. What can I say? Role play more. 13. I'd say 13. You could be anywhere within about 10 miles of a river.
Right, but we're going to hit it today.
Oh, yeah. You're within... Well, the only other thing I'd say, and I think you'd know this, is that this terrain is not as easy to traverse as terrain as the drive. So your movement speed over difficult terrain is halved. So
I think I would be keen to try and get across the river before the sun is up. I would be pushing to try and go fast.
Quick side note. Chris's movement speed across difficult terrain is halved. I took the mobile feat.
The goats is also halved.
And the goats, yes. I just wanted to be clear.
Sure. That's absolutely fine.
I'm really proud of that little piece of min-maxing, which is completely pointless. But nonetheless, I want it noted on the record.
You can absolutely note it. It's absolutely on the record.
It would definitely be part of your resentment of me today.
Yeah, you're literally slowing it down.
Yeah.
Whilst arguing that we should go faster. That is definitely what's happening.
One other thing. Who's got the map?
I've got it open. Oh, you mean the actual map?
I mean the actual, but by actual, I actually mean the...
I think I've got the map.
Imaginary map. Cool. And
I think you've got like a star map, and I've got like a ground map.
You've got the ground map, and you've done
historical one. I think I've got. one of like a previous military campaign.
Yes.
And that I've sort of put little notes on of where things may be on it.
And actually, what I'm imagining is the map of Krusty Burger locations from that episode of The Simpsons where they got lost on the Boy Scout trip. That's what I imagine your map to look like.
And there's your inspirations. Enjoy, because that's lovely. The only thing I'd say is can you make an investigation check of your map, please, Dr. Funicular?
Yep.
Yes, a roll.
I nearly rolled a digital die. Ooh. 22.
22?
Yep.
Right. It's good that Wilkie stepped away. On a 22, if this ancient, almost mythic map is accurate, on a 22, you would understand that you have gone the long way to the river. That there was a far more direct way, but you've gone a much longer way. So what you can judge is the cave to the river. So the other side of the river to the cave is about 90 miles. By your calculations, you should only have about 68 miles left. So what you may have done is you may have taken a bit of a more circuitous route.
However,
I mean, where do one of us end and the other begin?
Would this circuitous route, by any chance, have taken us nearer the site of a potential artifact?
Think Wilkie says to Nick, I feel like we should be at the river now. Why aren't we there yet? Are you sure you've routed this correctly? Have we taken the most direct route?
Well, Donnie, we're taking the right path. The right path isn't always the straightest path. Our route, let's be honest, we've returned to each other. We'd spent a long time apart. Like I said, the correct path and the straightest path, not always the same.
Perception check.
Okay, so I just want to resolve a couple of things here. There's some things that you've gone a longer way. What I want you to tell us, or think about is your character the kind of character that would go out of the way on the chance of visiting perhaps a site of a last stand, if you will, knowing that his son has a certain time limit? Would you have purposefully gone out of your way to try and see if you could find that location?
I think the notion of doing things deliberately and purposefully is complicated for Funicular. Like, he is a warlock. Like, the truth is that willpower, urge, conscious and subconscious are all murky depths, right? So I don't think he would willfully endanger his son, right?
Okay.
But he would follow where he thinks they should go. Like, he would believe in the rightness of what they're doing. This is the way I think we should go. And if it ended up being, and like, I think on the first day, actually, like, Wilkie was navigating, right?
Yeah,
and
Then, and then the next the last day, 2 days.
Like, actually, it's been sort of a mixture of things anyway. And he has also saved them time, like, by traveling under darkness. Like, I think his conscience is fairly clear on this.
Okay.
I don't think it's sort of an evil, like, manipulative, deceptive kind of scheme. I think it's more just, this is how it's gone. And he willfully did it, but he didn't do it to put his son at risk. He just felt like, yeah, that path leads over there. That's the way we're going. And I don't think he's that good at navigating to kind of Like his map is this kind of ancient map, and that would be the path that it seemed right to take. You know,
fine, fair. With that in mind, Wilkie, did you make any sort of perception or insight check? Is this something you want to pursue?
Like I think it's about insight into whether she picks up on how she judges his motivation, I suppose.
Tell him Wilkie how to think. Okay.
I mean, like, I'm not going to roll deception. Like, I'm not trying to pull the wool over your eyes.
No. I rolled insight nonetheless, and I got a 10. So I think on that basis, it's just this is what he's like. He's such an idiot. Yeah. Is the kind of baseline here.
There we go.
For 10. And I don't think there's any sense of a malicious intent. It is what it is. It's
okay. So with all this in mind, who's kind of on lookout today? Wilkie, you've got superior movement, so maybe it's easier for you to kind of be looking around, but
yeah, I think it's got to be me. I hate these rolls, but I'll do it. It's perception, right?
It's perception.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna. What did we decide? What speed we were going at?
That was the other question. Sorry. What speed?
We're trying to go as fast as we can.
Okay, we're going fast again.
Which is slower, but we're still trying to go as fast as we can for now.
And I'm going to use my inspiration then, because you gave me one. You said
I gave you another one. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. I hand them out like candies.
The Krusty Burger reference.
Oh, it was a good reference.
Thank you. 14, 5, 19.
Oh, 19. Okay, with the -5 penalty, brings you down to 14. Okay. I would say on a 14 then, you travel the expected distance. Like you say, you're unencumbered, so you can kind of move around a little bit more freely. You're possibly getting a little frustrated at how slowly the wagon and your ex-husband's moving, but on a 14, I would say, let's say for the day's travel then at half speed, that'll take you about 15 miles. Okay. Then I'd say after 3 or 4 hours of traveling at that pace, you arrive at the river. Before we arrive at the river, can you just click on, if you go to images and just click on marsh, because it's just a lovely, are you there? It's just a really nice map.
Lovely.
That you have avoided all kind of encounters, which is something maybe I want to have a look at. But what we'll do now is we will move you straight to the river as soon as I work out. Yeah, you should be able to find, you should be able to see Dragon Tears River.
Yeah.
Got it.
And I might need to just
drop me in the water.
Guess a sec, I had the wrong map ready. Because I thought you'd prompt something to happen, but no. Alright, while I'm setting this up, what I will say then is you've travelled you've travelled actually 10. Travelled about 6 hours. Pretty uneventfully. Just sludge and mud and dirt, and it's all quite gloomy. And you finally make it to the river. Now, all I'll tell you about the river is it's about 60 foot across. You can't see. You don't need a perception check to know that there's no bridge or any boats. It looks too deep. It looks too deep to walk across. There's a fairly steady current. There's you guys. There's some goats. There's a cart. And there's some dead bodies. Oh, sorry. There's one dead body. I apologise. So, if you arrive at the river, you start discussing how to cross it.
I would like to cast Create Bridge.
Is that you're just making this up now? Surely. Oh, well done.
Just kidding.
That's good. Take your inspiration. Yes. You should be able to.
Remind me how wide the river is.
How wide? 60 foot across.
Oh, right. So,
Big B.
You know, I could get me and the boy across. But it would be noisy.
Well, we know what our priorities are. That's walking.
I'm just saying as a plan B, maybe. You know, if you've got a way of doing something, I could do that, but I couldn't bring the wagon or the goats. And as I said, it would be very noisy.
Yes. It's the lack of a wagon afterwards that presents a bit of an issue, I feel. I might be able to get myself across, but it's the lack of a wagon that causes me an issue. Oh, yes, I can definitely get myself across. I think I can get myself across.
Okay,
do we need the wagon?
Well, I would say it's, but judging by the map, another 90 miles or so, I'm afraid, on the other side. So how would we traverse that? I mean, if we're heading into the mountains, though, at some point the wagon is going to be less use.
Yes, this is true. This is true. Right, well, I guess we leave the wagon behind then.
Can I do a history roll about the river? Like any kind of stories or sense of its risks?
Absolutely.
Any arcana or whatever's associated with it?
I'd say a history.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, rolling rocks tonight. 24.
Boom.
Right.
I know what it used to be called.
Yeah. Okay, on a 24, and of course that is absolutely fitting in your background. You're a scholar of almost like the bit where history meets myth.
Yeah.
And so, obviously as any Gorgonian child can tell you that this was once a land of dragons. And that the dragons left centuries ago. And there's these stories about mages and magic and the dragon's final revenge on them and that. But again, these are myths and a little bit beneath you. This particular river, however, there was a kind of dragon almost protectorate of the Metallands. And it's said that of all the dragons, like he was the most benevolent, the most caring, and like looked after this area and protected it like an Old Testament king. But the kind of conclave of dragons, when it was agreed that they were to leave these lands, it's said that this dragon Ozinborn, he wept, and it's this flow of tears that from coming down from the mountains that formed this river. That's the myth behind the river. It's also seen as a kind of demarcation of almost the edge of civilization. Not a lot. There's no trade. There's no paths. There's no nothing that goes beyond this river. Like you hear stories coming back of beasts and giants and things that are quite foreboding. But in terms of anything practical, there's not a lot.
Okay, thank you. And you also said in the initial description that there was a dead body.
Of?
Oh, did you mean just our dead body that we had?
Yeah, I mean your dead body.
Sorry, I thought you meant there was a dead body by the...
No.
Okay. How about this? I am a druid. I can change into animals. I can change into a crocodile. Can I pull the cart? Hitch me up to the cart. Can I pull it across the river? Now the goats will have to go. Like, I think we kill them for rations.
Well, I would say in theory, it would depend on whether the wagon is in any way buoyant, right? Whether it would remain floating. If it would, then the only problem would be the current. So if the current was strong, then that would pull the weight. But if it's buoyant, it loses much of its mass, doesn't it? Like it becomes way easier to pull. But it would be an issue of like, if the current was really strong, then I would say that's where your strength would be challenged. But if I were to... Ooh, yeah, that wouldn't be good. Okay, well, you know... What I've got is the ability to make a big leap with our son, Lorcan, or one other. Problem is, when I do it, causes the thunderous boom that will damage anything around it. So if I were to ride in the back with Lorcan and then things were to go wrong and it drift downstream, I could get us out of there, but it would explode the wagon most likely.
At that point, the wagon is lost either way. It is
perhaps, yeah. But you'd need to be clear, you know.
This in my wild shape, I can take a certain amount of hurt.
It wouldn't be the first time I'd hurt you, would it? Okay, well, I guess. So, what about the goats?
Kill them. We will use them for rations.
And then, what? Well, okay, but you know, maybe I'm missing here. What's the point of the wagon on the other side?
Well, I can then wild shape into a horse or something and pull the wagon.
Okay. Right, well...
Do not make a joke about riding me at this point.
I wasn't. I was just feeling a bit bad about the goats.
You were a fool. Kill the goats. Unless you think they will tolerate a crocodile pulling them across the water in the back of a cart.
Well, I wonder if we give them a chance at getting across, you know? Can you talk to them?
I can, actually. Yes.
Come on, then.
So let's do that then.
Talk goat.
I will cast Speak with Animals. I talk with the goats.
That is the first thing you say to them. He wants to kill you, but I.
What do you ask?
I need you to get across the river.
Why would you need that? We're goats. We don't cross rivers. It's silly.
Because otherwise, he will turn you into a stew.
I'm sorry, he'll turn us into a stew. A stew? We have served you nobly. And this is our reward?
Your reward will be great once we arrive at our destination. But we are not yet there. The river is in our way. We must cross it.
Okay. Can I just go back to the... You say our reward will be great. What are we talking...
Name your price, goat.
Well, I mean... I'd say, like, I don't take this personally. I'm not sure what's happening here, but we're going at quite a pace, and it's tiring Freddie out awfully. So a couple of days rest when this little jaunts, all said and done, would be greatly appreciated. And just along the way, a couple of chin scratches as we go, just keeps up the spirit. Is that something we could do? Delightful. So, I mean, we goats, we can swim a little bit, I think. Feel quite confident that we can,
One
Yes.
other thing.
Sure, please.
I will be assuming the shape of a crocodile.
Fuck off.
While I cross the river.
I'm sorry.
You will be safe.
That deal fucking broke. Crocodile?
You will be safe. I will not attack you.
That's how we lost Toby.
Toby was an idiot. Toby went drinking in crocodile-infested waters. I mean, let's face it, didn't he? The sign was there. It was obvious.
What's she saying about Toby? It's fine. He was a bit of an idiot. Okay. So let me get this straight. We're to cross this river.
Yes.
You'll be a crocodile.
Yes.
That one who doesn't shut up is who wants to put us in a stew. He's coming with us.
He will be coming. Yes, I'm sorry.
Do you want us to?
Nothing I can do about that.
We can give the word.
When the time is right, yes, that would be great. Thank you.
We'll make it look like an accident. We're very good at that. Okay. Yes, fine. Well, I mean, I assume, like, if you could harness us a little, I'm pretty sure we can paddle along. Well, paddling, it's fine. Brian, just
Freddie.
Freddie. Thank you.
We'll give you a head start, and you can make your way across. I will follow.
Okay. All right. Well, I suppose that motivate Freddie to get his ass across the river a little quicker, wouldn't it? Okay. Say the word. 2 days rest. Chin scratches. Yes?
Yes, indeed.
Excellent. Thank you. Lovely to talk to you, by the way. Delight.
You as well. Let's catch up over tea when this is finished.
Please. Okay.
I'm hoping chin scratches is a euphemism.
Nick, scratch the
I should have asked you to wild shape into a female goat.
You cheated on me with the goats.
I've forgotten everyone's name. Okay, yeah. All right. So talk me through your plan.
So I'm going in the back of the... Okay, first of all, as well, while this was going on, and you were having a tete-a-tete with a goat,
bleat.
I went to the water's edge and, probably with no real effect, talked to the river. We're elves, after all, right? It's an ancient river of sadness And I think he went to the water's edge and he was like, I know of the sadness you feel. I have felt it too. Maybe not on the scale of a great drake, but I have lost more than I have ever owned. And there's a chance here that I could get something back. Privilege that wasn't afforded to you, I understand, but if you might hold in check for a moment your grief and allow us to pass, I will return and give to you treasure or even just a moment of joy. You could see me with my son again, my mother, and see that things may yet return to this wild and broken land.
Persuasion check, please.
Okay.
And your inspiration, of course.
Yeah, I'm just going to add it in, I think.
Yeah, it's fine. That was lovely.
Skills, here we go. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, I'm going to need it.
Okay. I mean, it's not a competition, but I'd like to talk to one of the trees.
Okay. 18.
Oof. 18, I will lower the DC on the strength check by 2.
Thank you.
Because you're right, this is like a kind of anciently magic, and it's not, there's an ancient magic here. That means,
I think he feels
I think you can see it.
Emotion. Like, I think that's how he interprets, right? The weapons that he works with. He doesn't see the world as being all in conscious action, right? Of beings, but in landscape and object and the emotion and the repressed energy of those things. So he believes that such a thing is possible, you know?
I like to think that you kind of just gently put your hand in the water and then the river's kind of lapping over it. And it's almost as if it perceptibly, the push just eases a little bit, as much for it as for you. Okay. So, in order of what you're doing and how you're doing it, please. Your plan. Time is ticking.
Goats, car.
Yep. I'm in the back of the cart with Lorkin.
I wonder, could you hang off the back and kick?
If that helps. I think it doesn't help, but you asked me to do it anyway.
Yeah, just make me laugh.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. I have this ready. If you're in the back kicking, I'm gonna ask you to do the roll then, and it's going to be a strength, but it's going to be based on the goat strength. If they're the animals kind of leading across, then it's the goat strength.
But
I think they're
going across on their own.
Oh, they're going across on their own. Okay.
Yeah,
well.
And I'm going to pull the cart across.
Oh, you're going to pull the cart. Okay, let's do it. Yeah. Let's do it. All right, fine. Then I'm going to switch back over to Wilkie do the roll because you talk to the goats.
Yeah.
So make me a strength check, please.
On behalf of the goats.
On behalf of the goats. Goats get +1 to strength. So whatever this is +1.
Can I roll for the other goat? Can we roll independently for like Freddy and whoever the other one was?
Toby was the one that got killed, so this guy is going to be called Block.
Okay.
I'm saying you roll for Block because you had a nice chat with him.
I've rolled 16 for Block.
Oh, I think it was the promise of the chin scratches. Block is fine. For Freddy?
14.
All I'm gonna say to you is, yeah, it's good that you persuaded the river because that was very, very touch and go. The goats, just the pair of them, make over. And I like to think that Freddy kind of looks back, and Freddy's getting a little enamored with you there, Wilkie, and kind of like juts out his chin, and it's kind of like gesturing to like, yeah, you're gonna scratch it good, aren't you? Like. The goats are fine. You got your goats over. What?
That was the important bit.
Crocodile, is it? I think, yeah. You've won. Well done. Crocodile, right?
+2 to strength.
+2 to strength.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'd also, before I assume this form, I'm going to cast guidance on myself as well. So that
Not a bad idea.
Extra bit of juice should I need it. I keep forgetting to use guidance to the point where I've written on my notes here, fucking guidance.
Nice.
Good advice for us all.
Okay, so I rolled a 4 for the guidance.
Oh, for the guidance. Oh, you had me worried.
Oh, God, okay.
It's a big roll now. Oh, look at his face.
Suitably enough for a druid, that would be a natural 20.
Oh, say it. 24
so
total.
26 in total.
26 total?
Sorry, got +2, yeah.
Yeah, 26.
26 absolutely navigated beautifully. I think the combination of everything.
I'm kicking like mad.
Yeah, you think it's you. You think it's you. You think it's you. So, oh my God, we're flying through this, but you've navigated
I'm really impressed
the river.
with myself.
Navigate the river with absolutely no problem at all, and you are the other side of the river. Kind of dry off. You've still got a couple of hours of moonlight, I guess, before sunup. Freddy and Block both assure you. How long does communicate with animals? How long does it stay up?
Good question. Speak with animals. 10 minutes.
10 minutes. I mean, you can probably say your thank yous and stuff like that before it goes, but I'm assuming you're gonna push on now. Yeah.
Can I make an animal handling check for how good a chin rub I give to?
Are we giving it? Yes, please do.
Because it's just had that, and we want to kind of keep going. So I think this is an element of like, okay,
Sure.
Straight 13, no modifiers on this one, so 13.
I mean, it's a fairly decent one, I think.
Yeah.
Do you go Freddy or Block? Who's your guy?
I think Freddy.
Freddy's your guy, yeah?
Both hands at once.
Fascinating gesture. Perfectly adequate. I think maybe the fact that they've not received a chin rub in quite some time, that means even an adequate chin rub is a pretty bloody good chin rub. So your goats are feeling all right. And
when chin rubs seldom come, they wished for come.
That's the
and
one.
Come they did.
We're getting into strange territory. You push on as we do. You push on for a couple more hours. Would you like to, Wilkie? Is it still you, kind of looking around?
I'm happy to hand this one off if you fancy a roll, or I'll do it if you come in. on a streak.
Yeah, I think.
Pace is still
how do you feel
fast,
about
yeah?
the nature of wild shaping in and out of a shape? Like, is it very seamless? You're immediately back into your shape. Is there any kind of like it takes you a little while to mentally come out of it? I just mean I'm interested in how you think the process of wild shaping works. You know,
I've not given it any thought. I mean, am I a bit snappy for a while
yeah,
afterwards?
Hey.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's definitely. I think Nick understands, having been married to Wilkie, that you turn your back when she's wild shaping. Like you
nice.
don't watch. You
Yeah,
don't watch. So he's like, don't worry, I'll turn my back.
yeah,
You know, and he hears it, and it sounds weird and
yeah.
unpleasant. And it's just one of those. It's almost like one of those feminine things that wives do that you're not privy to ever. It's that sense of it that maybe you don't really fully understand how it works or what it's like. It's slightly mysterious to you, I think.
Yeah, and I think he even at just one point goes, you missed a bit. You know, you'd fully wild shaped back into human, but it's just one tooth still hanging
Yes,
down.
kind of
Or
goes, oh yes, thank you, and just like, plucks it out and flicks it away.
you know, yeah.
Would you do you need this? I know you like to pretend you've killed crocodiles and keep these as trophies, but do you want the tooth though?
Yeah, pick my own teeth with it.
Wait, yes. I forgot. You're a strange man. Yes, okay. On we go then.
I think now we're over the river.
You are.
We said before that we perceived that up to the river was low risk.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to get to the river and cross the river under darkness so that we would feel safer doing that. We're now moving into daytime, and we're moving now more towards a mountainous area, and we're in a wilder space. So I think it's not just about going in a straight line, stop, start, stop, start. There'll be an element of finding a safe place to stop. Is how I imagine this now. And that, can you give us a sense of like how dangerous, like have we crossed over into more dangerous territory?
So you again, and you, I think the first thing you consult is your map. And again, the Forest of Forgotten Battles is quite a famous forest, and you do get like tourists like yourself kind of looking. There's little tour guides go out and stuff like that, and it's fairly gentrified, if anything. And this kind of like almost gold rush to look for little trinkets and stuff like that.
Like the Lake District.
It's exactly like the Lake District. But again, there's a sense of this is the boundary, and you've crossed over now. You have crossed this final boundary of what makes up for civilization is in the Meadowlands, and you've still got a couple of miles of kind of marsh to go through before you hit, and you look at the map and it just says the Night Forest. And I think on the map what you do realize is there's just a complete lack of detail. It's like those old maps that just kind of run out of space because nobody's really knows what's there. Yeah, it's not being. You are uncharted areas here, but you know the stories. Of course, you know the stories, and so you would be right to be wary. Would you like to push on for a couple more hours? Because again, you've only travelled, I think about 6 hours up to now. So even the goats like, yeah, that's we could.
I'd like to get to the edge of the marsh. I think. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Then would you like to make me? And again, are you still moving at a fast pace?
Well, that's what I was wondering. What pace would we have to move at to reach the edge of the marsh?
To reach it by sunup, because it's difficult terrain, you'd have to keep going at fast pace.
Okay, let's do that. Oh yeah. Dirty 20.
What? Oh, okay. On a dirty 20, I'll actually give you a D6 to roll. and you can. No, I can't give you the full 6 miles because that's ridiculous, but I can probably half. 2. I'll half it. I'll give you an additional mile there because it is, like I say, it's difficult terrain, so it's kind of half distance. Okay. So you look at Freddie and Block, and they're kind of, oh dear God, come on now. And you've made your kind of 8 hours of travel now. So you can push on. You can push on for a further hour, but you are almost out of the marshy area. The land's a little firmer, a little harder underfoot, if not a little darker. You can push on, or you can kind of check around and see if this is a decent place to kind of rest up for a few hours. What would you like to do?
I think find a place to stop.
Yeah,
Yep.
agreed.
And we can always then make a bit of recce, right? We can keep an eye on the wagon, keep an eye on the goats. We only need 4 hours each. We can also explore the area slightly. That's kind of where I'm at.
Okay. Fair enough. For your records, you've just travelled for 8 hours. You've done 16 miles. And now you rest up. I'm going to say yeah. You've got a bit of downtime, and the goats also need downtime and rest.
Yeah.
So you've got a bit of downtime now. What would you like to do?
Find,
if anything, or we can just kind of
to see how covert a space we can find to make a camp.
Fair enough. And who's doing? Is it you?
Well, yeah. Can I make like a stealth check?
I was going to say survival.
I can do that.
Survival kind of. You
or
can do
nature.
that.
You do that.
Sounds
Could you do a survival roll, and could I do a stealth check on how well I conceal our camp?
Yes, you can.
So you say survival.
I do.
That's 20 total. Dirty 20.
20 total. And your check, please, sir?
6.
Okay. What was your stealth check in aid of, please?
Concealing our camp.
Okay. Good to know. All right. So in your kind of 8 hours, it takes you a while to set up camp, to scratch your goats and stuff like that, to get fed. But I'd say, the time passes. We're now into mid-afternoon, but it is essentially, if you are going to continue to travel at night, is that your intention? Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you're going to need to both rest up a little bit before you push on. I'd say it's probably late afternoon now. So if you both take your 4 hours each, then everyone will be good and ready to start out at midnight again.
I think in terms of the idea of concealing the camp, I think what I do is I get loads of stuff to conceal it, but I cause an absolute mess in doing so. Like I'm cutting down branches off things, moving boulders. So I've left a very clear sign, like a perimeter almost around the camp.
Yeah.
Where I've hewed everything down and excavated. The camp seems concealed, but it's just constant sense that somebody's done that.
You've almost cut it down in the shape of an arrow.
Yes.
So it's just big.
Yeah.
And I think when it's finished and you stand there looking, like surveying your work, I think Wilkie and Block kind of share a look, as if to say, what a fucking idiot.
Lord. Like, just say the word. Make it look absolutely like an accident.
Well past 10 minutes, Nathan.
I mean, I don't know that. Block doesn't know that. All you're hearing now is like, me.
I love it. I love the idea that Block doesn't stop talking to Wilkie all from now on.
Let me tell you, honestly, this is how just goat monologue. Absolute goat monologue.
Bonus track, Block's monologue.
Who's on first watch?
I can go first.
Yeah, you go first.
Think.
All right.
This is the emotion bit in it where we do kind of a. But
You tell me. Before you do anything else, though, you are going to need to make a perception check.
Oh,
first, please.
That is a dirty 20.
Oof.
Haven't rolled a below 20 in a while.
No, you haven't. Roll me a d6, please.
1.
Okay. I'd say a couple of hours pass into your watch before, on a 20, you become aware of movement. Maybe 50 foot away from your camp. What you see appears to be in the shape of a bear. But the bear is stood on its hind legs and ambling along in a somewhat slightly more human way of movement than you would expect a bear, and kind of like just pushing things past. On a 20, you realise that you've seen it. You don't think it's because the camp's particularly well hidden, but it doesn't seem to have noticed you. What would you like to do?
Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh.
I'll cast Speak with Animals again and try and speak with it.
What's the distance?
It hasn't got a distance on it. You said 60 feet. It hasn't got a distance.
I guess it would be however, like you don't.
However loud I can shout.
However
I mean, I
loud
wouldn't
you
shout.
be, right? To be heard. So you're going to shout at it?
No, I think I would cast Speak with Animals and approach it kind of, in a peaceable manner. And I'm a druid, right? So like this is not normal because I'm a very sheltered. I probably maybe never met a bear, but I've read books about how to approach them as a druid.
Excellent.
So I cast Speak with Animals and I approach it.
The Bare Necessities, the book was called.
Okay. So, is that your...
The Bare Niceties.
Okay. As you approach, you cast Speak with Animals, but you don't need to.
Okay. Okay, fine. Yeah, cool.
Because this isn't a bear. This is a werebear.
Okay.
A particularly aggressive werebear.
Okay.
I'd like you to roll initiative, please.
Okay.
Do I roll but it doesn't take effect, or do I not roll yet?
You're asleep.
Yeah, that's right.
Didn't wait yet.
That's a 19.
That's a 19. All right. I'm going to write... You know what? I'm not even going to do that. If you want, we can put it on a map, but I'm going to... Oh, that's a 19. That's a natural 19 for... Dex is 0. What's your dex?
My dex. It is... +3.
+3. Okay. We're in initiative order.
Yep.
It's seen you, but you act first.
Would I have known it was a werebear as I approached it? I guess not.
I'm going to say no, because you
Because I
can't
did.
speak with animals, and it you didn't ask yourself anything other than that.
Yeah, fair enough.
But it is walking on its legs.
You say it's
Yeah.
aggressive, and we're in initiative.
Yeah,
Can I still speak to it?
you can certainly try if that's going to be your action.
It's not going to be my action. Speaking at a bear is not an action. It's surely a free action.
10 seconds, though, or 6 seconds, or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, you got 6
Fair
seconds, so I'd say it would take the time.
Fair enough. Okay, I was
You
not
can speak
expecting this.
or act.
I'm a little thrown.
You and me both.
You did not expect me to talk to the bear.
I did not.
Okay. Yeah, I can't believe you wouldn't have expected that, but okay. It's aggressive.
It is aggressive.
Okay. I tell you what. Here's what I'm going to do. I am going to wild shape into a bear also. As big a bear as I can. You say it's aggressive. I don't really want to get into a fight on my own with the bear. So I'm going to turn into a bear and try and mark my territory and scare it away.
Nice.
Okay.
Could he make an intimidation check?
I think intimidation is absolutely the way that we are going here. I'm just trying to... it's a really nice token, though. I want you to fight it. How close do you get? If you open the map, the marsh... let's just so we can kind of... We're gonna roll, but I'd like you...
Nice.
I just want to know... Yeah, it's a good token as well. It's a good map. You should be on the map now.
I see it, yeah, I'm there.
Amazing. I think that's about fair. Put you there, yeah. All right. You're gonna go and you're gonna try and intimidate.
Yep.
Fucking werebear, yeah. All right.
From 30 feet. I'm not going all the way up to it.
30 from 30 feet.
Yeah.
All right.
And I don't know. I guess we can get into stat blocks in a minute, but I'm as big a bear as one can be at the level I'm at.
Sure.
Oh, not very good at intimidation.
I tell you now, before you even roll, it's going to be well, this is your choice, yeah. So, but you need to beat a 20.
No, it's fine. It's
a werebear.
Is this my action?
Yes. You got 6 seconds.
Okay, all right, fine. Fuck it.
This is what we're doing. No.
When you take into account the modifiers, and you add the total together, I scored a 0.
Oh. Tell me what you do.
Done a piss.
I think she kind of she tries to let go, and just kind of goes, you get away from here, she tries like a mom trying to be tough and not quite managing it. She goes, you go away, you bear, you, and in bear,
in bear,
because she was kind of expecting a nice chat with Winnie the Pooh, and instead this has gone horribly wrong.
I tell you, you're in a scary place.
Didn't try that hard, which is absolutely right. It's the way it should be.
Fine. The bear is running at you. How far is it? 5, 10. How far away were you? Did you say 30 feet? You said 30 feet.
I did say 30 feet.
It runs right up to you.
Which, in retrospect, feels foolish.
My God, 2 claw attacks in bear form. No, this is hybrid form. Attack like a bear or a humanoid. Awesome. I get all the. Oh my God. Right. We're doing this with dice. Does a.
Hang on.
Oh, you need your bear stats up.
Yeah, pull them up now. Hang on.
All right.
Marvelous at Google.
I just say, by the way,
yeah, you're gonna hit me.
I'll give you Scream as a free action, by the way.
In Fantasy Grounds, you can now click. If you click the toggle mode camera,
Yeah.
the scale of the werebear to Wilkie is hilarious.
Is it like Godzilla or something? Does where do I get to that? It's not a great roll. Does 11 hit?
Oh,
Meter beats it.
Meter beat it.
Okay, you are going to die. 2d plus.
But the bear is going to die.
Yeah, are we playing? We're playing 2014 Wild Shape rules, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, which is different to 2024 rules. I don't think damage doesn't carry over, does it? Am I right?
Good. It's fine. That's 14 points of slashing damage. First claw comes down, absolutely almost tearing flesh out your shoulder. I could hit you with a no, we'll keep it perish. And it's gonna try and bite you as well. And that again, that's an 11. Yeah, that hits.
Yep, 11 meter beats it.
Okay, this is interesting. God, this is, you have to do all the maths. That is 17 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And I need you to make a Constitution save. And you're probably going to want to get above a 14.
Okay, Constitution save. This is not going well. 16.
You feel on the bite of this werebear, you kind of, as it plunges its teeth, and you feel a kind of almost like a call to, as if the moon that you've kind of studied all your life, you feel as if it's calling you.
Mm-hmm.
But you kind of shake this compulsion off. That's its turn. What are you gonna do?
Has he screamed?
No.
Oh, you. Okay. I'll be back in 1 second.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Side note, as you're thinking, something that's really cool about this game is you obviously can't use Revivify at all because you know if you die, you're dead. Just saying that now.
That is cool. I think I'm pretty badly injured, so I think I would cry for help, I think.
Yeah.
Wilkie is stubborn, but she's not that stubborn.
Stubborn, but not stupid.
Yes. What I'm going to do, can I cast spells as a bear? I probably
You cannot.
I'm going to use a bonus action to turn back into Wilkie anyway, I think, because I'm down to, now remind me of wild shape rules. I'll come back to my own hit points, don't I?
Yes, you do.
Okay, so I'm back to 38, which is good. And as Wilkie, I'm going to cast Moonbeam on the werebear, which I believe has some interesting side effects. for a creature.
Yes, well played, well played.
So
Moonbeam.
I think Wilkie reverts to her shape, and she's got this bear, a bear, towering over her. And she calls to, again, dickhead, could you use some help here, Nick? And then she gestures at the sky and kind of does this and pulls down like George lassoing the moon in It's a Wonderful Life. And a silvery beam of pale light shines down in a 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder, centered on the werebear.
All right.
And he needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Let's just get up his. Oh, it's a natural 18. Natural 18 plus probably some stuff. Oh, he's not a friend. A natural 18.
13,
I'm
13 is the number.
13. Okay, he makes it. Yeah, pluses to that as well.
Okay, so he's
So what
going to
happens?
take.
Oh, hang on. A shape changer makes it throw with disadvantage.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Where does it say that? Does it actually?
I've put it in the Fantasy Ground chat.
Ah. All right. Disadvantage it is. Oh, I can't. It's a natural one.
Oh, it's a one.
It's a natural one.
Okay, so not only does he take some damage, he's also going to revert to his true form.
Oh.
Yeah.
And he reverts to his true form. And he's going to take 2d10.
That's right.
Sorry, because I'm going to cast it at level 3. 3d10 worth of damage.
Tell me how much.
Roll? 3d10. Oh, there's another one. Is that a d10? Yeah. 11, 13 points of damage.
13.
Yep.
Okay.
13 points of damage. And he's in his true form.
I think. Okay, so like you say, you pull down this moonbeam, and this huge monstrosity towering above you. This just took a huge claw and a bite out of you. Like the moonbeam, it's kind of like it's like I think like an 80s video nasty where it just starts melting, and it just into this kind of pool of viscera. And just kind of shaking is you look down and you just see like a little halfling at your feet. Matt, what happened? Where am I? What's going on? Who are you?
Who are you is the pertinent question, my friend.
What?
You were a bear. A rather large one that's just taken a chunk out of me. Now, why shouldn't I kill you?
My name's Shortstop.
Of course it is. I bet you're an adventurer.
I was just not really. I was just in the tavern, and there was this really nice elf boy, and he just hired us for a little jaunt, he said. And I don't know, we went out and I don't really know what happened. We was attacked, and I escaped, and I've been wandering around, and then I don't know. I think I was hurt or something. I don't know. I don't know where I am. I don't know what happened to them.
I shout for Nick again. Nick, get over here.
Okay. Nick gets up, removes his silk eye mask, because it's broad daylight.
Yeah, it's
And
all my were creatures just don't work at all in this whole thing. Where'd you get the moonlight from?
Where'd you get a werebear from in broad daylight?
And he looks over and he's just like, "Oh, what's the problem?"
Are we continuing to play beyond this point, or is this an ending?
I could have cliffhangered that a little better, I feel, but I could go 10 more minutes if you want to go 10 more minutes.
If we can reach a good point, yeah.
See how this grabs you, right? Nick, you come over.
Yep.
And I think I look at Nick and I say, kill him.
And that's where we'll leave it.
Yeah.
That's where we'll leave it. That's good.
To Nick in his pajamas.
All right, yeah.
Because he's got a blade and he can just like...
Yeah, I can, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you're dripping in blood here as well, don't forget.
Yeah.
Absolutely dripping in blood. And this
But I don't see any way out. Like, if I drop the moonbeam, he turns back into a bear.
Yeah.
There's no way of letting him out. You know, he's as vulnerable as he's going to be. He turns back into the bear. Like, that's Wilkie's thought, right? We've not got any removed curse. We're in the woods. It's survival. Like, and it is, nothing can get in the way of bringing Lorcan back. Not some sniveling looking halfling who doesn't even know where he is. Like, he's got to go. This is...
You might have some info.
Wilkie's not willing to take...
He adventured with our son.
Did he? Is that
we mentioned him last week.
Oh, I didn't cop that. I
still I've given myself inspiration for that.
Yeah, I got it.
I saw you go. Exactly. Thank you.
I think I said it. That's why.
Because I think when I was
talking about it,
I didn't. The only one I remember is Joey Two Horns or whatever. Because I mentioned him. Okay, that's even better. That's an even better way to end it then.
Yeah.
Better way. Okay, great.